Hello and welcome to Education at SSBG, online video tutorials. And we are here with another content of CBSE Class 8th, Chapter Crop Production and Management. But before that, we shall recall in brief contents of the previous units as well. Our chapter started with the definition of crop. And what is crop? When plants of same kind are cultivated at one place on a large scale is called crop. And then we have seen the cropping patterns. Depends on the season they grow. We have two type of crops, Kharif crops and Rabi crops. And Kharif crops are those which are grown in a rainy season, and the Rabi crops are grown in winter season. And here are the examples of Kharif crops and Rabi crops. We have also studied the steps involved in the production of these crops. What are the steps followed? And those were preparation of soil, then sowing, means adding seeds into the soil, then adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting, storage. Right? These steps we have studied in brief. Now here we shall take up the first one, preparation of soil. Well, with this introduction we will go ahead in detail of the first step, preparing soil. And this step is very important step. And what does it involve? It involves turning the soil and loosening the soil, leveling it. But wait a minute. Why should we turn, loosen and level the soil? Loosening the soil helps roots to penetrate deep into the soil. The loose soil allows the roots to breathe easily, even when they go deep into the soil. Loosened soil helps in growth of earthworms and microbes. And what are microbes? Microorganisms. You're going to learn about microbes in other chapters. There are bacteria, protozoa, fungi, algae, all are present in the soil. And they all are farmer friendly, most of them. Soil contains minerals, water, air, and some living organisms. In addition, dead plants and animals get decomposed by soil organisms. In this way, various nutrients in the dead organisms are released back into the soil. All that nutrients, potassium, copper, nitrogen, all which was there in the dead bodies are decomposed, and these organisms converts them in a usable form for the plants to receive. These nutrients are again absorbed by the plant. Why should we turn the soil? these nutrients are at the bottom of the soil, and turning the soil helps to bring those nutrients to the upper layer. Now, how can we loosen or turn the soil? There are some tools which are available. Those are all agricultural tools. The first one is using plow, and the process is plowing. By plowing, we loosen the soil. And what is plow? Plows are made of wood or iron. If the soil is very dry, it may need watering before plowing. The plowed field may have big clumps of soil called clumps. Now these clumps are not good for sowing seeds. You should break them completely. And after breaking these clumps, then we need to level them. Leveling of soil is done with the help of leveler. And during the leveling of soil, sometimes manure or fertilizers are added. And before sowing, we have to ensure that a soil has a moisture. The other tools are hoe and cultivators. There are many other tools. These are important tools which we are studying here. Plow. This is being used since ancient time for turning the soil, adding fertilizers to the crop and removing weeds. This is made of wood and is drawn by the pair of bulls or other animals. It contains a strong triangular iron strip called plowshare. Hoe is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for loosening the soil. It has a long rod of wood or iron. A strong, broad and bent plate of iron is fixed to one of its ends, which works like a blade. And then the third one is cultivator. This cultivator is used to prepare proper seed bed for the crop to be planted. The second step in the crop cultivation is sowing. What is sowing? Sowing is process of planting seeds. But wait, can we recall? Before planting seeds, what should we keep in our mind? Soil preparation, is it? Loosening, turning, leveling, adding manure, then preparing seed bed. Now the seed bed is ready. But seeds are to be of good quality. Good quality seeds give good yield. But how do you know the quality of seed you have? Do you know? Bad seeds are generally hollow inside. So they float on water. Those at the bottom are generally good. Secondly, we need to buy seeds from trusted shops. Sowing pattern, that is planting seeds, is different for different crop. But the general rule is seeds are to be sowed, that is planted, keeping some distance in between. Why? Each plant needs sufficient nutrition. It is always good to have tools for sowing. The seeds are filled into the funnel, passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. These ends pierce into the soil and place seeds there. Nowadays, seed drill are used, sometimes pulled by animals, sometimes by tractor. Using seed drill ensures that seeds get covered by the soil after sowing. This protects seeds from being eaten by birds. Sowing by using a seed drill saves time and labor. Well, this is all about second stage of crop production. Now let us summarize what we have learnt so far. Preparation of soil. And what does it involve? It involves loosening and turning of soil. It involves ensuring clumps of soils are completely broken. And what are clumps? The large solid mass of soil. And then we have to level the ground. And all these things, why should we do? Because loose soil allows the root to go deep into the soil, which helps them to breathe easily. It helps in the growth of earthworms and microbes. When you turn the soil, the lower nutrients comes onto the upper layer. Smooth and leveled soil helps us in sowing seeds neatly, uniformly, in a proper and in proper irrigation. And then we have studied about what are the agricultural tools. The first one is plow. And what is plow? It's made up of wood and drawn by the pair of animals, maybe sometimes horse and camel. And it has 2 main parts, plow shaft and plowshare. And that was the traditional tool which we were using. The next one is hoe, again made up of a long rod which has an iron plate in front. There are many types of hoe. And final one is a cultivator. These 3 are important tools. Many other tools are there. And what is cultivator? Cultivator is the one which helps us in making proper seed bed so that we can plant seeds properly, uniformly, with proper distance. And cultivator sometimes pulled by the tractor, sometimes by animals. After that we have seen sowing, and meaning of sowing is planting seeds. But before that we have to see the quality of seeds. And how do you determine the quality of seeds? Generally damaged seeds float on water. Good quality seeds will give you good quality yield. And therefore we should take care that when you purchase seeds, we should search for trusted shop. And seeds are to be sown with some distance because every plant requires proper nutrition. And then we have seen the tools of sowing. Traditionally, a funnel was used where the funnel was connected to a long pipe which is pierced into the soil. And nowadays they use a seed drill. And what is use of seed drill? Lot of labor is reduced, time is reduced, and proper seeding takes place. Once sowing is done, automatically it is covered with the help of soil, by which we can protect seeds from the bird. Thank you. Remember all these points of this unit. Thank you one and all.